Welcome back. Like I promised, we're here with Leonard from Memento. He's here to speak about his mental illness called antegrade amnesia. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Leonard. Hello Leonard, it's great to have you here. So we've heard that you have a rare form of amnesia due to an accident, and we would like to ask you a few questions about it if you don't mind.
That's what I'm here for. Mental illness known as amnesia is an illness in which in some way eliminates memory for either a long period of time or a short period. This illness comes in different kinds, such as what I have. I must warn you though, you may forget your face since the kind of amnesia, antegrade amnesia, which makes me unable to create new memories. So is it okay if I take a picture of you to remember you?
Okay, if that helps, sure. Anyways, our first question for you, Leonard, is how is antegrade amnesia shown through the extent of your movie?
I am constantly referring to my incident which caused my amnesia, which was hitting my head on a mirror when my wife was being murdered in the bathroom. It is shown throughout the story by me having, like I just did, to take pictures of important objects, places, and faces that I must remember since I forget them after a long while. This way, if I forget who or where or what is of importance, I'll find a picture of it in my jacket pocket with writing on it explaining the picture's importance.
I'm sorry to hear about your wife, Leonard. Let's try to move on a little. What exactly happened with your friend Teddy?
Teddy. That sick freak let me set myself up completely to kill another man. He made me believe that I hadn't found the man who killed my wife yet, so he set up another man up and made me kill him. Since I didn't remember finding the actual murderer, I went right with it, like a fool. So I wrote myself a note on Teddy's picture saying, "Don't trust his lies." That way, I would remember that Teddy had set me up in the first place to kill a completely different man.
I see. What a crafty little snake. I mean, wow, I can't believe someone actually stoops so low as to manipulate a person with a mental illness in such a way to benefit what? A certain feud with a certain someone?
Yes, I agree. It's really upsetting how someone even like my friend Natalie, who I thought would have been a close friend, would have been able to manipulate me to beat up another guy just because he did wrong to her. See, with amnesia, it's hard to be able to trust certain people anymore, considering that you don't even remember their faces, how they were like, etc. It makes things harder than they really have to be.
I understand. That reminds me of a man you were looking after and examining, Sammy Jenkins?
Yes, Sammy Jenkins. He was a patient who had also fallen under antegrade amnesia. Unfortunately, his story is different in terms of sadness than mine. See, his wife did not believe that he actually had this mental illness. She didn't even believe it existed. So just like many people I'm sure would want to try, she tried to test Sammy. She asked Sammy in about 5-minute intervals to give her the daily diabetes shot she takes. Obviously, Sammy did the first time, and quickly sat back down in front of his TV. After 5 minutes had passed, she asked again, and since he had forgotten about the first shot already, he walked over and gave her another shot. This happened a third time, which killed Sammy's wife a couple minutes later. Forgetting again about the shots he gave her, Sammy had no idea how his wife had died at that moment. This probably would be rather typical towards real life, as the antegrade amnesia does affect a person's ability to create new memories.
That's terrible. Antegrade amnesia sounds very hard to live with, especially if you don't have a means of at least trying to remember certain important things that may have happened in a mere day.
Yes, it's very, very, very hard. But like me, I found a way to remember certain things. See, I take pictures of what I find important that happens in my life, if it's a person, place, or event. Afterwards, I write a small note explaining why this is so important, so when I forget about it, I find a picture of it in my jacket pocket, with the note explaining why it's important.
Yes, that sounds familiar. I think someone else I know might use that method. How do the people seem to treat you in your life due to your condition?
Well, people I meet seem to become rather irritated with me. Probably because I repeat things since I don't remember them. Once I forget their faces, I tend to have to explain my condition to them to become a valid excuse for, well, doing so in the first place.
Well, at least you're explaining yourself to the best of your abilities. What other ways besides physical trauma are sources of antegrade amnesia?
Well, there's numerous kinds besides trauma, such as brain tumors, lack of oxygen, so maybe drowning, accident possibly, electroshock therapy, Alzheimer's disease, dementia, and seizures, and seizure disorders as well. Yes, there is no cure.
Wow. Sounds like a lot can cause this unfortunate illness. Is there anything someone can do with antegrade amnesia in which can help them cope through this, through their daily lives?
Yes, such as eating healthy brain foods, as they call them, such as almonds, sage, and more. Also, drinking alcohol can have some negative effects on the condition as well. If anyone has amnesia, no matter what kind, be sure to steer clear of alcohol.
Well, thank you so much for the time, Leonard. It's been a real help. I'm sure many people who have antegrade amnesia may actually be able to help themselves now.
I'm sorry, where am I? See, I have a type of mental illness. It's called,
Alright, okay. Cut the video. Cut the video.
So with the information we have uncovered from a fictional character undergoing the illness named antegrade amnesia, we have established that this type of amnesia disables a person's ability to create new memories after the diagnosis of the illness. Leonard has shown this through the strange timing of the movie, how it seems to go backwards in chronological order, showing that he forgets what currently happened. This gives the audience the impression of knowing what it feels like to have the amnesia, considering that they don't know what happened before each scene. Leonard, like he said, twice, also takes pictures to remember what is important in his life, so when he forgets he realizes it's important due to the picture and the note written on it. This is how Memento shows antegrade amnesia throughout the duration of the movie.